It's Week 15 of the 2024 season. We'll see the dynamic Justin Fields as he's moved past 3,000 yards passing for the year and looking for more. It's the Bears and the Bucs, and it's all up next on EA Sports.
We've had a lake effect snow band sitting over Soldier Field since about 9 this morning, and it's not supposed to budge anytime soon. The good news, the folks don't seem to mind here in Chicago. Today, we reach Week 15, and we've got a good matchup in store between the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and the Chicago Bears. I'm Brandon Gunn. He's Charles Davis. Full disclosure, we both have mittens. We both have coats on up here in the booth. Here's Will Lutz ready to get this one started. And off we go from Soldier Field. Taken at the goal line. And good coverage there on special teams as they'll get him down shy of the 20. So out come the Bucs now for their first drive. Ryan Tannehill will be orchestrating the offense, the top 10 pick back in 2012.
He threw for nearly 350 yards. His team won. And one word just kept coming to mind as I watched him during the game: surgical. Absolutely surgical. That's why he won NFC Offensive Player of the Week.
Yeah, very precise. The throws maybe as accurate as he's been in some time.
Yeah, I think he feels pretty locked in here, and I think he feels like he can get it done again in this one, too.
Tannehill to throw on the first play. Looking for Godwin, and he's got him complete. And he'll get this up to the 34-yard line. A good start offensively. 15 yards on the game's initial play. Just the first quarter of the tackling going to be so important going forward. They've got to limit plays like that.
And that's something when you see it happen early in the game and they don't get him on the ground, you can always tell that they were concerned about it going in. Because I can just tell you from my days, I remember being in college and worrying all off-season about our season open opponent, and they had a receiver that could shake and bake with the best of them. I tackled him on the first pass of the game, and the relief was incredible. Ended up having a pretty decent ball game. If I'd missed him, it would have been a long night.
And he powers through the first lane, but he's going to be swallowed up behind the line of scrimmage. The Bucs at 7-6, a game over 500 on the year. And they come in feeling pretty good after back-to-back victories, CD.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
So after the loss of a yard, they'll look to push forward here on 2nd down and 11. Now Tannehill with a little touch pass to his wideout. And he'll be limited to a short gain up to about the 34-yard line. Now right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the first down and move the chains. Throwing on 3rd down, Tannehill. Dancing to his left. And he'll just toss it away. So he throws it away, and that brings up 4th down. They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken at about the 18-yard line. So here now the Bears offense for their first drive of the game. They'll be led out by a first-round pick back in 2021 from Ohio State. It's Justin Fields.
Coming out of Ohio State, one of the top prospects in the NFL draft, and it was so big that they moved up in the draft to get him, to make sure that they had him. And, boys, he got the full package. Loves the game, big-time arm, 4.4 speed, so good that another quarterback prospect said to him, "What's it feel like to run 4.4? Everybody wants to be that fast."
The rushing numbers for Pollard last week: 11 carries, 53 yards, and a touchdown.
11 touchdowns on the ground this season, and the pride really extends throughout the entire offense. And in this case, I'm focusing on the offensive line. The leverage, the ability to get downfield, make that extra block in order to give him more space to run. They really look forward to him carrying the football because they're going to get him to the end zone.
They go back to Pollard on 2nd down. It's a loss of a yard, so it's back to 3rd and 10. Fields. And it's going to be incomplete. He was able to catch it there on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. And it's going to bring up 4th down.
That was their first 3rd down try of the game, and clearly something was off in the execution of that play. Good news, they've got a whole game left to clean that up and start clicking on those key 3rd down throws.
Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. 37 yards on the punt with no return. And the Bucs will get ready to go on offense. Tampa Bay, they're getting ready to set up shop here for their 2nd drive. They are back over the 500 mark for the season. Got there with a win a week ago, their 2nd straight victory.
Well, they've definitely gotten better as this season has gone along. And from what I can tell, they know their roles. Everyone understands how they fit offensively, defensively. And this team now has an identity, and they're playing to it and playing well.
By that time, it looked like he essentially just ran right into the pass rush.
Yeah, partner, I'm not much of an outdoorsman, but the fish jumped right into the net, didn't he? Because you've got to make sure that you're deep enough that you can get around the defensive end, have an angle there. But he couldn't do it because he actually cut that one off. Really nice play coming off the edge.
After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. And he'll be upended at the 33 following a gain of 3. And guess what? It brings up 3rd down. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And it's going to be incomplete. He was able to catch it there on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. And it's going to bring up 4th down. And he'll get this away into the icy winter air. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. 36 yards on the punt with no return. And the Bears take over. The Bears offense making their way out as we give you a look at the playoff race in the NFC. And for the moment, they're sitting pretty in possession of that number 2 seed. But as we know, it often happens, this is all still subject to change.
Oh, you're so right about that. But even though the math isn't there yet, I think it's going to take new math for them not to make the playoffs. They're almost certainly going to be in the tournament and certainly going to be a dangerous team if you have to play against them.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Fields. 2nd catch for him today, and it'll wind up a 1st down. The start for them near flawless. Defense gets them a 3 and out. 2 quick pass connections on offense.
So that's how a team works together. Just what you described. Get them the ball, give them a little momentum, and they're capitalizing off of that. Thanks a lot, guys.
On 1st and 10, here's Fields. Throwing left side here, and it's complete. And they're able to work this across midfield to the 48. And he went in route there from the slot for the completion.
Love how he runs his routes because it's all setting up your defender. Give him a little something one way, take it the other way. Head and shoulder fake. Sometimes you make one step to the outside, then break it inside. Really well run route.
They'll go with Pollard here on 1st down. He'll take this to the 46. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Here's Fields. 20. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop it. A very nice pickup of 33 yards.
When they've needed a play this year, he's certainly been the guy to deliver it. As this season has gone on, he's been awfully consistent and sometimes spectacular.
So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. A first carry now. This is Johnson. And he's going to get about 4 down inside the 10 to the 9. 9-yard line, 2nd and 6. Now Fields going to keep it running left. And running room hard to come by here. He gets it down to the 8. This will be the 8th play of the drive here. 3rd and 4. To throw is Fields. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
Well, it's about how teams are so competitively matched, and you just want to make those plays that give you an advantage. How about right here? The difference between letting them score a touchdown versus holding them to a field goal, that's absolutely huge with the play he just made.
And you know he hated taking the loss there on third down. Now Lutz for the field goal try. This a 33-yard attempt. The kick by Lutz is good. And it's 3-0. The Bears hit the scoreboard first. So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number one. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
And Tampa Bay trots out there now. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a first down now. Now it's Tannehill. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30. Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. Tannehill. Over the middle, he finds Godwin complete. Pretty darn good, as you see right there on your screen.
I'll echo that. Darn good. 2 touchdowns, right? And the ability to be in sync with each other, right? To understand that he's going to be where the quarterback expects him to be when the ball's thrown.
Now a play fake, and it's Tannehill. That's complete. It's Devin Duvernay. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 10 yards there and a Buccaneer first down. We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on first quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn into a bigger gain. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield.
And down he goes at the 49, a 3-yard pickup. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Now Tannehill. Looking downfield for Godwin. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be 3rd down. Tannehill. Pressure, and he's taken down. A Bears sack. He could not get away that time, and it'll be a loss of 11 on 3rd down.
And this is what you've got to do against a quarterback like him. You've got to keep him in the pocket and not let him get to the perimeter because once he gets outside, that's where he can really hurt you.
Fourth down, so Jake Camarda is out there. And he's getting a workout here in this first quarter as he gets it away. Here's King. 7 yards on the return after a punt of 39. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. They've got a 3-0 lead and the football as they start 1st and 10. Fields now to throw. He finds his man complete. That's King. Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Fields. He'll get that complete to his tight end, Kmet. Three 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. Back in Chicago, ready for the second quarter. It's the Bears in possession as they've got it with a 3rd down coming up. And they'll try and run the option to pick it up. Boy, no chance as he was met and dropped behind the line there. 4th down now after a loss of 2. Well, so much for that possession.
Yeah, I think he tried to do a little too much there, partner. He tried to keep it himself. End up getting buried in the backfield, and that brings up 4th down.
4th down, so they send out Trenton Gill. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. It'll be 37 yards there on the punt.
And they will take over 1st and 10.
The Buccaneers offense ready to rock and roll again. It hasn't gone particularly well for them. That's obvious. In these conditions, no points so far. They've got to get that offense on track. The question, how do they do it?
It is the age-old question, isn't it? And to me, finding a way to make sure your playmakers touch the ball without it being too exotic. Meaning you don't have to go deep down the field. Maybe you hit them on those short passes on the perimeter. Make sure you just turn around and hand it to your best runner and get out of the way. Don't cause any extra stress on your offense.
Here's Tannehill. Open man has got one. It's complete.
And he is going to have a Bucs first down as he's able to get 8 yards there on 3rd and 5.
I don't care how many times we see it. I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. First down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
2 minutes gone by, second quarter. First down, here's White. And they get to him after a gain of 6 to the 46. The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4. Offensive line wasn't set. There's the flag, and 5 yards back they go.
Quarterback has to look around and make sure that his team is ready to go. Sometimes the quarterbacks go faster than is necessary.
The false start hurts him there a bit. Backs him up to 2nd and 9.
The Tannehill going to keep it.
And not much room to operate as he'll get this up only to about the 41. This offense so far on 3rd down, they've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd and 9.
Open man is Duvernay.
And I don't think he got there, no. He's short by maybe a foot, maybe. Call it 4th and inches.
Well, it wasn't a big strike, but that completion put him in really great range. What do we have now, 4th and inches?
Yeah, it's not more than a half a foot.
You know what I would do here?
You would always go for it.
I'm one of those guys.
Jake Camarda sent on now to punt this away.
And he gets it away, a directional kick going toward the sideline. And it's out of bounds. Now we'll see what the side judge says. He says out at the 8-yard line. The field position game, such an overlooked facet, Charles, of an NFL game, but this offense, they're going to be pinned back. What an ideal punt.
An ideal punt, and it leads to that term complementary football, because them doing that puts their defense in a great spot, doesn't it? Gives them a chance. If they want to be aggressive, try and maybe get a safety out of this whole thing, it puts them in that position.
Dances by him, and he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
You know what really fires up offensive linemen? When the guy that is carrying the ball behind them can create his own space and break a tackle along the way.
On 2nd down, it's Pollard. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. Now we're going to get a timeout. Appears we've got an injured Buccaneer.
So as the medical staff takes a look, we'll step aside. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. Fields to throw on 3rd and 1.
Firing quickly here, and that's complete.
And he will have the Bears first down as they're able to convert on 3rd and short yardage with a gain of 4.
Got to say, I was a little surprised to see him, Charles, come out in the shotgun on 3rd and less than a yard.
Yeah, but the way the NFL is nowadays, we hardly ever see anyone really run for it on short yardage. So they're going to throw the football more times than not. That was a nice, easy rhythm throw right there, and they pick up the first down.
Fields tapping it forward, jet sweep.
And he'll take it ahead to the 28-yard line. On 2nd down and 4. Fields, he finds his man, complete. That's King. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. He's exceeded his receiving yards from a week ago, and we're still in the first half. It's a first down. Fields throwing again. And that nearly a turnover, but it's incomplete. Oh, fortunate to retain possession there, and it's second down. Now a shotgun handoff to Pollard. And he'll pick up about 3 there, up to the 43. This will be the 8th play of the drive. It's 3rd and 7. Now it's Fields. Being chased out left. He opted to go with a scramble, gets 2 yards, and now it's 4th. Now here's Trenton Gill on to punt. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. "21 yards. Well done on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over. Now time to get another look at this Buccaneer offense. The crowd may be losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or...
Now the ball comes loose. And I think the Bears have recovered. They have.
Playing in snow brings so many other factors into the game. It's not just trying to take care of the ball, and we just saw there that that's difficult to do, but just trying to keep your feet and carry out your assignments and make sure you're comfortable while you're out there playing. Are you warm enough in your clothing? A million things going on, but the biggest one, hold on to the ball.
Following the fumble recovery, Fields. And this is caught by Evans. And they're going to get this down near the 35-yard line. From the 35, back to work on 2nd and 4. Play action. It's Fields. A throw left side taken in by Kmet. And they're going to work this down to about the 32-yard line. They'll come to the line needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. Trying to run for it with Pollard. And they needed 2. They could only get 1. 4th down.
Well, they picked up a portion of it, but not all that they needed. Now that leads to a decision on 4th and 1. Let's see what they decide to do.
Now Lutz for the field goal try. He was true on his first. This a tough one from 49 yards away. The kick by Lutz is good, and they're able to double their lead in this first half. It's 6-0. So the defense are able to force their first turnover of the game, and then they add on to that by getting the field goal.
And you don't just want to take the ball away from your opponent, partner. You want to make them hurt as well. And if you don't score yourself on defense, turn it over to your offense and have them put points on the board.
And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. And the Buccaneers getting ready to go as they take the field. And last time they coughed it up, led to a field goal. They're fortunate that it only led to a field goal, but still, they're not happy about it.
Could you sense the relief, though, when they only gave up the field goal? And they were able to trot back out on the field and start this drive. A little more pep in their step because they didn't cost their team a touchdown. But they know they've got to do it a lot better than they did on the last possession.
The coach will just be relieved, though, if they recoup with a score here, right?
I think the coach would be ecstatic to see them pick themselves back up and now take it downfield and punch in the end zone without turning it over. A good run there off right tackle in an old-school NFL football. The right side of the offensive line, often known as the nasty side. The left side, usually the technical side. Kind of reminds me of the old Atlanta Falcons 2009-2010. That's how they constructed their offensive line.
Tannehill. And that is incomplete.
A 2nd and 10 on a chilly, snowy December day. And I must say, I'm loving it. Kind of putting me in the holiday spirit. Charles hates it. And he's giving me the evil eye, folks.
5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5.
They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks.
From the gun on 3rd down, Tannehill. That is caught. It's Chris Godwin. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. Second quarter action, 1:56 remaining. So now then, the big play has them all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. Here's Tannehill.
That's taken in by Duvernay. And he's going to be taken down at the 28-yard line.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. You're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
To the air again, Tannehill.
Here's White. They set up the screen.
Heck of a move, but only able to work his way down near the 23. Play number 7 now coming up on the drive. 3rd and 5. Now the Bucs going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. And the Bears in the nickel. No, wait, they're in the dime. 6 DBs out there on 3rd.
Could play an exotic coverage.
A shotgun snap for Tannehill.
Otten brings it in over the middle. And he is going to have the Buccaneers first down. They needed 5 there on 3rd down. He winds up getting 7.
From the red zone now, Tannehill. His throw caught at about the 5.
And the Buccaneers are going to have a 1st and goal as the tackle is made at about the 5.
Even against double coverage, he found enough of an opening for a noticeable gain. 2 guys on him, yet he finds a way to uncover downfield for the completion.
A kicker fest so far, all points via field goals. They're hoping to change that right here.
Here's Tannehill. To the end zone, but it's incomplete. The line of scrimmage, once again, the 5 as they get ready for 2nd and goal. Now Tannehill. He completes it right side of the lane. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. The Bucs forced to use their 3rd and final timeout as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1. This Bears defense trying to hold on. This is 3rd and goal. Tannehill now to throw. Flushed out right. And he'll just throw this one over in the way of the security crew. Incomplete here. So it's been a long drive. They've held the ball for quite a while. Now what do you do here?
Well, to me, at this stage after this drive, this close to the goal line, 3 points would be a letdown. I'm going for it here.
So a long drive gets them down inside the 5, but ultimately they settle for just the field goal.
And I have to think that if maybe they were a yard closer, that would have made their decision tougher, and I think they likely would have gone for it. But in this situation, they just decided to take the 3, and I think it was a smart move.
Out of the end zone comes Johnson. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21.
And with time running down, they go down to a knee. So if you like field goals, this is your game. 6-3, 3 field goals at the break. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, time for a sprint to the finish, as it's time to get you caught up with what's happening around the NFL here in a pivotal Week 15. Lastly, let's check on one final game for you. And you can see they are scoreless as they play the 2nd quarter. Moving on, let's take a look at the next-gen stats in the first half for Tampa Bay. And they weren't able to get a whole lot done throwing the football. That'll likely be a big key if they want to turn things around in the second half. Meanwhile, for the Bears, we check out their numbers on the ground as they'll try to keep the momentum going into the second half.
Okay, Coach, thanks as always. This one's still anyone's game as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. Out of the end zone comes Johnson. The Bears offense set to go to begin the 3rd quarter.
Their defense has done the job. Now it's the offense's turn as they've got it 1st and 10.
Man, I just love being in this stadium. So much history, tradition, so many great teams and games, and we're seeing a pretty good one right now, hotly contested in the 3rd quarter.
Pretty nice work defensively there on the 1st down run as they hold him to a gain of a couple. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
They'll fake the handoff. Now Fields.
And he's left with no option here but to throw it away. So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves him staring up here at a 3rd and 8. And he'll protect himself at the end here as he winds up getting pretty decent yardage. Pretty solid gain of 7 yards that time as he scrambled, but now they face a 4th down.
That looked great when he first took off because in my mind, there was room to run and he had the marker in his sight. But I certainly didn't expect him to close so quickly, and neither did he. They got to him just in time, and now that forced him to make a decision with his 4th down call.
A 40-yard punt, no return. Here comes the Buccaneers offense. They get their first reps of the 2nd half. And with the way this offense has played thus far, to be frank, they got to feel pretty grateful to be in the ball game.
I would agree with you totally because they've done all of nothing offensively in this game, yet they still find themselves in a position on this drive where a touchdown can give them the lead. They need to take advantage of it.
And they're still looking for that first touchdown here in the 3rd quarter. All they have so far, the field goal. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Well, we saw a lot of negative plays that resulted in plenty of lost yardage in the 1st half, and that trend is continuing here.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Back to throw, Tannehill. And he's got his man in stride, complete. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. They'll try to pick this up on the ground with White. No gain there on the play, and that's going to leave them with a 4th down.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
Here comes the Buccaneers punter now, as he's on for the 5th time here today. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. They call that a punt of 38 yards officially.
And now this offense comes back out onto the field.
And our game's hit a little bit of a lull here, a little bit of a snag. Punts on back-to-back drives.
And old school coaches don't necessarily mind that. Didn't turn it over, right? Didn't create a big play for the other team. Right now what you're looking for is, can you gain an advantage in field position? And that's what both teams are seeking right now.
Yeah, they'll be seeking to gain that advantage here on this drive.
Well, for that being an option play, there really weren't too many options available for him, were there?
No, there weren't, and at least he was able to get back to the line of scrimmage, so they didn't lose anything, but you're exactly right. Nowhere to go.
From the gun, here's Fields.
Quick hitter here, it's complete. The Bucs with an extra defender now in the secondary here on 3rd down.
Here's Fields. And this pass broken up. The contact well timed there, and now 4th down.
On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. And taken right on the 30. Call that a 41-yard punt, 6 yards on the return. And the Bucs will get ready to go on offense. And Tampa Bay trots out there now.
And, Charles, they're certainly still right in this game, but they need that offense to wake up and in a hurry.
Yeah, I like the way you put it. They certainly did seem to sleepwalk a bit in the 1st half. Now that their defense has done its job, it's their turn now to go out and try and get some points.
Knifes his way forward here, but just 3 yards on the play. 2nd down.
On 2nd down, they'll run with White. Call it a gain of 5 there on the run, but they'll remain a yard or 2 short here with 3rd down coming up. They'll try and run forward with Fournette. And Fournette trying to power his way forward, but I don't think he got there. Call it no gain there, and it leads to a 4th down.
Another down on the scoreboard, but the urge to go for it is almost irresistible here on 4th and short. Yeah, I know they're on their own side of the field.
I was going to say.
Normally I would say punt the ball away, but I'm feeling it. I say go for it.
Here comes the Buccaneers punter now, as they're forced to kick for the 6th time today. And he'll get this away into the icy winter air. On the return, it's King. They'll score that a 36-yard punt, and the Bears take over.
Another drive coming up for this Chicago offense.
We have not seen much on offense here from either side these last few drives. We've hit a wall, so to speak.
And have hit it hard, haven't we? Because the defenses right now, they seem to be a step ahead, don't they? Beating them to the point of attack, beating them to the punch. These offensive guys, they're tinkering like crazy. What's it going to take to get back on track?
Yeah, both sides searching for adjustments. From the 31, Fields. He finds his man, complete. That's King. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. That catch puts him over 70 yards receiving now as he's got a 1st down.
A shotgun snap, Fields.
Over the middle, complete. It's King.
And he'll be brought down just shy of the 40.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they put into their passing game because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
So the ball moves from their own 41 to the other 41 here for 1st and 10. They'll run left with Pollard. And he'll take this one down to about the 40. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. They stay on the ground. This time it's Johnson. And he only manages a couple here down to about the 38-yard line.
A 3rd down now. Those last 2 plays indicative of how things have gone for them. Just nowhere to go on the ground and struggling to put up points.
Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect. And that one will be no good. He never had it on line. It's well wide to the left, and that will keep this a 3-point game.
Yeah, 55 yards is anything but a gimme. You've got to really concentrate on your leg swing and proper technique. This time, though, he's unable to convert.
And Tampa Bay trots out there now. And, Charles, they're certainly still right in this game, but they need that offense to wake up and in a hurry.
Yeah, I like the way you put it. They certainly did seem to sleepwalk a bit in the 1st half. Now that their defense has done its job, it's their turn now to go out and try and get some points.
And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
I like the idea to mix it up from time to time because, let's face it, you can't be predictable. But the execution was a little lacking on this one, right? They might want to go back to the drawing board with that call.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. They'll go up the middle with White. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45.
43 yards on the ground for him now on 9 carries. Just a terrific run there, Charles, from a running back who is so compact and powerful, and that strength was on display there.
And as a former defender, I can tell you with certainty, those are the ones that have you losing sleep at night. I would not like to be in that film room on Tuesday going over that one. Just a pretty poor effort defensively, and it leads to a big play.
On 1st down, Tannehill.
And that nearly their first pick of the game, but it falls down to the ground incomplete.
Absolutely filthy juke. He's got some space now. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. It's a gain of 11, and the Bucs have a first down.
No frills, no additives, right? Nothing crazy. Just find a way to pick up the first down. A nice run right there.
Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. They run straight ahead here with White. And a good-looking run there as he'll take this inside the 20 and down to the 18-yard line. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another first down.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember, the last drive, they went 3 and out.
So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. Fournette, a first down carry. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down. Final minute now of the 3rd quarter. Now a give up the middle. This is White. And they get to him quickly here as he stopped right around the 13. To throw is Tannehill. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. Now Zane Gonzalez for the field goal try. From the right hash here, should be an easy one. Gonzalez's kick is good, and that will tie things up at 6-6. So they put together a good little drive there, but ultimately stalling out in the red zone.
Yeah, I know a lot of people look at it as a little bit of a negative. They didn't get 6 points out of it, right? Didn't get the touchdown. But that's actually okay. They got 3 points, able to give their defense a little bit of rest, let them settle down over there. So all in all, to me, that's a good drive.
And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And, Charles, we've seen almost 3 full quarters now, and neither offense can really get it going. Neither has hit the end zone, and neither side seemingly can make that big play.
But the game hasn't been devoid of action because these two defenses, they've taken over and they've slugged it out. But I think you're exactly right. We're at that stage of the game now where one of these offenses, if they make a big play, that could be the difference.
We're off to the 4th quarter here in Week 15. Happy holidays to all. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. On 2nd and a yard, Fields. Fields hit and the ball is loose. And it's picked up by the Buccaneers. Past the 20. And he returns it to the end zone. A fumble recovery touchdown for the Bucs. So many times tight games decided by one big play. And a lot of times, of course, it's the offense. Here, it's the defense coming up huge.
And you know head coaches walk around locker rooms, walk around bench areas saying, guys, somebody make a play. It's a cliche, but it applies here.
Zane Gonzalez on for the extra point. And it's up and good to extend the lead to 13-6. The scoop and score, always an exciting play in football, and we witnessed it there. Grabbing it off the ground and then rumbling it into the end zone for 6. And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. Out of the end zone comes Johnson. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. And as this offense makes their way back out, NFC playoff race time, we give you a look at what's going on there. Fields and the Bears now with a 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line. To throw is Fields. And incomplete, a drop there in the middle third of the field. That'll bring up 2nd down. Fields tapping it forward, jet sweep. This will be a short gain of 3 before he's brought down at the 22. The Bears on 3rd down. A pretty anemic, a very anemic, 1 for 9 thus far. This is 3rd and 7.
Delay of game, offense.
That flag accepted, and it backs the offense up a little bit.
Still third down.
After the delay, they're backed up even further for 3rd and long. Fields now to throw. And he slides and covers up at the end as he's going to be able to pick up decent yardage. Decent gain on the scramble to 6, but now it's 4th.
Nice call on defense, rolling out the nickel package for that big 3rd down play, and they did an excellent job locking down coverage and forcing him to try and run for it, and he doesn't get there, which brings up a big 4th down call.
So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. And a fair catch taken back near about the 35, 36-yard line. 37 yards on the punt with no return. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10 at their 36-yard line. They'll fake it. Now Tannehill. And seeing no options, he just tosses this one away incomplete. Now that'll bring up 2nd down. He'll decide to keep this once more. And now he lost the football. Tannehill loses it. And this is picked up by the Bears. And his guys are going to take over at the 34-yard line.
Well, partner, here's where team football gets tested a little bit, because I know the defensive guys were over there chilling on the sidelines, and all of a sudden they heard the sudden change call because that fumble puts them right back on the field, and they've got to go out and finish the game now themselves.
Absolutely. Nursing that slim lead here in the 4th, a costly turnover. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. They'll start out here with a jet sweep. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down. And a hard-working run here as he's got it inside the 20, down to the 17. A really nice effort that time. 12 yards on the keeper, picking up the 1st. They run straight ahead here with Pollard. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. 6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. Now Fields. Open man. He finds Komet. Touchdown, Chicago. A great play there. His 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Bears are an extra point away from tying this game here in the 4th. But we are set up for a fantastic finish now. A 4th quarter touchdown here, and we're an extra point away from a tie football game.
And I know they're thinking about possibly going for 2, but I'd go ahead and kick this one and just get it back to level.
Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good. And we are tied here in the 4th quarter. A drive there of just 4 plays. And it was all capped off by Cole Kmet with a touchdown catch. All square now at 13 all as he sends this one away. Fielded just outside the goal line. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. So out come the Bucs now. They no longer have the lead after that last touchdown, all tied up in the 4th quarter, and a chance for this offense to mount a potential game-winning drive right here. Now a play fake, and it's Tannehill. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Leighton Vander Esch wreaking havoc with a sack.
Well, at least it wasn't a turnover like the last drive. You'd think they'd make an adjustment and be ready to make up for that turnover. Instead, just another big play for the defense on that snap.
So now 20 yards to go on second down after the sack. Work to be done. They'll try the right side here with White. 66 yards on the ground for him so far. They'll need a crafty play call here. 14 yards is what they need to try to convert this thing. Now the throw on third down, knocked away and incomplete. Here comes the Buccaneers punter now, standing right on his own 5-yard line. Here's King. Oh, good move. That'll go as a punt of 42, 7 all to return. And they will take over 1st and 10. And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field. Excellent job by their defense to force the punt and provide them with this opportunity, all tied in the 4th quarter. And they'll start the drive on the ground with Johnson. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3. On 2nd and 7, Fields. They'll drop this underneath to Pollard. And he'll be tackled on the other side of midfield at the 46-yard line.
We often talk about understanding the playbook, understanding progressions, and understanding what the defense is doing. We saw all of that on that play. Great recognition and understood where his running back was going to be. Found a way to have him leak out underneath, hit him with the football, and they picked up the first down.
Fields on first down. Oh, no, he lost the football. Second time in this game, Charles, the ball has squirted out from his hands. Luckily, his teammate was there to pounce on it.
You're right. Got the lucky bounce, able to retain possession. You know, we often talk about the combine and why do we measure quarterbacks' hands. Is that really a big deal? It's for situations like this. Do you have the hands big enough and strong enough to hold on to the football while being jostled?
The fumble on first down now. Here's second down. Out of the gun, Fields. Going for the deep ball. And it's knocked away and incomplete. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Nowhere for Fields to turn, and down he goes. Brought down by multiple defenders, and it's a loss of 12.
And this dominant defensive performance continued on that play. This poor quarterback has now received the protection he needs and has had to pick himself up off the turf far too often.
Here comes the Bears punter now, as he's on here to punt it away. That's taken on the 25. It's a 40-yard punt, 6 yards on the return, and Tampa Bay trots out there now.
These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
They stay on the ground. And now a fumble. The ball's out. And this is picked up by the Bears. And his guys are going to get the football at the 37-yard line.
Well, so much for the 4-minute offense. They were trying to reduce the clock, get in position to win the game, and leave no time for them to come back and catch them. And guess what? They turned the ball over. Yeah, I mean, they had it all set up for themselves, and they let it get away.
Well, the Bears offense out there set and ready to go. Well, the fumble recovery certainly has put them in the driver's seat. 1st and 10, all tied here in the 4th.
Following the fumble recovery, Fields. He finds his man, complete. It's King.
And they're going to move it down inside the 25.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down. Executed it to perfection. Clock running, under 4 to play now as they come up on 1st and 10. Now a give here to Pollard. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. A gain there of 12 yards and a first down for the Bears.
We use the word relentless a lot with guys who are aggressive on the field. In this case, it really fits, doesn't it? How about his ability to break tackles and his feet never stop moving?
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. It'll be a handoff to Pollard, and they'll go backwards here, losing yardage to the 14. Play 3 of the drive now is successful. They go backwards after those 2 first down gains.
The job of any linebacker involves having enough strength to fight off a blocker and get to ball carriers, but in this case, I think we can safely say he beat him right off the snap to get into the backfield and make that play.
So the first down run lost a couple. Now they come up 2nd and 12.
Back to throw. Fields.
Throw left side, caught by the tight end Hurst. And it looks like he'll be just a yard shy of the 5 here as he's out at the 6.
Fields on 3rd down.
Forced out to his left. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
That's an excellent play by the defender. He diagnosed that one, closed quickly, and helped force the incompletion.
So a big one coming now for Will Lutz. This to break our 4th quarter tie. The kick by Lutz is good, and they have taken the lead here in the 4th quarter. So the drive here ends with a field goal. It does give them the lead, but this one's still certainly a long ways from over.
It definitely puts a lot of pressure on your defense to hold the lead, right? They're happy to have it and happy to be out there trying to do so. But I know as a former player, in the back of their mind, they're thinking, why don't you score the touchdown and seal this thing?
And Tampa Bay trots out there now.
And now they find themselves trailing following the field goal. Still a good amount of time in this 4th quarter, but this drive very well could determine the outcome of this ball game.
On 1st and 10, Tannehill. Dumps it off to Fournette.
2nd and 8 coming up.
Here's Tannehill.
And the comeback may stall out. It's intercepted. Kyler Gordon picks it off.
And they will score a pick 6 for a Bears touchdown. And on that one, with 6 defensive backs, did he need to be more careful throwing the football? I mean, I guess obviously hindsight he did, but...
Yeah, hindsight, but even in foresight, when you got 6 defensive backs on the field, you just know you're going to get multiple coverages. You're never sure what you're going to see. But the biggest one is you don't have much reaction time for your receivers to go get the football because those guys, they're the best cover guys on the field. They go get it. And on that play, they took it the other way for 6 points.
You always worry about the plant foot in the snow, but no problems there. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air.
This fielded right at the goal line. And they'll be backed up to start this drive as he's taken down right around the 15.
So now the Bucs down on the scoreboard. 2:16 to play. They have all 3 timeouts and the 2-minute warning, but they need 2 scores. Fresh off the pick 6, it's Tannehill. And this is incomplete. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Tannehill. To the sideline, and it's caught, but boy, he's out of bounds. Well, they tried to get him into space coming out of the backfield, but it'll be third down. Throwing on third down, Tannehill. And incomplete. He had nowhere to throw, so he just tossed it away. But that brings up fourth.
They've got to give out a little pause on that play. It has to go to the defense. More good work by them. They've taken away the passing lanes all game long, and you can see the frustration that it's causing because he just about threw that one into the first row.
Desperation time for Tannehill on fourth down. And this is caught, but they say out of bounds. That would have been a first down, but he couldn't stay in, and as a result, they're going to have to give up the football. So the Bears with the football here as we welcome you back. And the scoreboard on their side, they're just looking to melt away these final couple of minutes and put this one in the left-hand column. He's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down. And now we're going to get a timeout defensively. So another stop, 1:50 left in the football game. Another yard would probably put this thing in the books. It's 2nd and 1. Going to run again here with Pollard. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. The Bucs going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down. A good chance now to put this game on ice. This is 1st and goal. They'll try and run. This is Johnson. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Chicago. A great effort there.
His second rushing touchdown on the year. And the Bears look like they're going to get back in the win column as they extend their lead here in this fourth quarter. What a huge touchdown that was, obviously, here in the late stages of the fourth quarter as they try to put this one away.
And, Brandon, when they watch the film after this week, they'll be very proud of every rep if they close this game out. Just a few snaps remaining. They can't relax just yet.
Lots of look to add the extra point. And that'll make this a 3-score game as the lead moves to 17. So they only needed 3 plays on that drive. And it ends with a 3-yard scoring run. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off.
From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
Now the Buccaneer offense set to take over again.
Their mini 2-game win streak appears it might be going by the wayside unless they can pull a rabbit out of their hat.
Now a first down throw, Tannehill. That's complete to his receiver, Godwin. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. On first down, it's Tannehill. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that's caught inside the 30.
And he's going to be shoved out of bounds inside the 15-yard line.
A big play that time for Tampa Bay. 53 yards.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play that picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. Here's Tannehill. And that's going to be knocked away in the end zone. It's incomplete. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Again, Tannehill. And he rifles one incomplete. This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. Now Tannehill. To the end zone, but it's incomplete. Here we go on 4th, Tannehill. And that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however. Let's see what that's about.
So they take the flag and the yardage that comes with it.
They'll run with Pollard to begin the drive. And he'll work this forward for about 3 at second down. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Here's Pollard again. And he'll take this up only to about his 18-yard line.
Well, this was a very close ball game at halftime, Charles, but in the second half, that offense kind of kicked things into another gear, and they were able to pull away for the victory.
But, Brandon, I think they're the type of team that just looked in the mirror and said, hey, ton of pressure on, but we're the type of team that can flat out handle it. They stood up with confidence, and made it happen for a victory.
So for the Bears, it's a 10th win of the year now as they move to 10-4. And they'll get another home date next week as the Packers will come to town. Meanwhile, for the Bucs, their playoff hopes take a hit as they drop to 7-7. And they will try to get back in the swing of things next week on the road.